Hey there, Aquarius. What's going on with you in your business at the moment? What's going on with your money? What's going on with your general business? My name is Maria Guyan. I am an intuitive and spiritual business coach. I am also a tarot card reader, and I am here to do your weekly business and finance reading for the 1st to the 7th of August. So I've laid out the cards, everything's ready to go. Get a cup of tea and let's see what's happening in August for you. Now we start with the overall energy, and we have the turtle spirit here. Slow and steady wins the race. Are you feeling perhaps that things aren't moving forward the way that you'd like them to move forward, Aquarius? Sometimes slow and steady wins the race is the message there. Sometimes things might seem slow, but it's for a reason, and you can end up winning out in the end. Now, I've had a bit of a weird shuffle this week, because I ended up with 2 Wildwood Tarot cards on your business line, and then as I straightened the cards out I realised these 2 had come out together. That's the first time that's ever happened, so we'll get to see what happens there. So we'll start with your money reading. Oh, this has come out for somebody else. Ginger, the 8 of Fire. This is about moving forwards. It's definitely about things improving, but if you look at this picture, it's quite chaotic. We've got things that are on fire here because there is so much going on. And this is about keeping hold of the things that are working and feeling the need to let go of things that are not. Are you overwhelmed with products and services, Aquarius, and you're struggling to keep on top of things? Are you earning money from some things and not from others? Are there some things you could let go of that would reduce your burden? That's the overall energy for the week there. Where you need to focus your energy this week is the 9 of Feathers, perspective and self-empowerment. I can't help feeling that you're overwhelmed this week, Aquarius, and you're struggling a little bit to manage everything that you've got going on. This 9 of Feathers is all about bringing yourself some perspective. It can be about you feeling very sort of anxious and upset and overwhelmed by things. But this card represents a dark before the dawn, light at the end of the tunnel. Put whatever's going on into perspective. So far this message is telling me that you need to drop a few things in order to make your income easier to make. Your strengths, the positives for this week, are the 7 of Feathers. This again is a card that represents taking what is useful and leaving the rest, making a strategy, evaluation of what is going on. This is definitely a week, Aquarius, where you need to evaluate what's going on income-wise. What is making you money? What is not making you money? What can you let go of? What do you need to keep hold of? What's overwhelming you? You know, it could be that you've got way too many products and you're spreading yourself too thin. And it's going to affect your income. Because while you're scattered and running around this kitchen trying to get everything done, you could be leaving money on the table. Definitely a feeling, an erratic sort of energy here. Let's see what your blocks are. The blocks are the 2 of Feathers. There's so much feather energy in this reading. 2 of Feathers. This is about making decisions. Your block is that you could be indecisive, that you're unable to face your fears. I get the overwhelming feeling here, Aquarius, that you are overwhelmed with the amount of stuff you've got to do. And the idea of me saying to you now, well, you need to look at everything you're doing and make some choices and really evaluate on a financial basis what is worth keeping and what is not. That idea is probably making you shake in your boots, because you're thinking, well, I'm doing all right now. Financially, I'm doing great. But really, the facts are that maybe it's not as great as you think, and you have to make some decisions on what you're going to let go. The feathers are all about your intellect and thoughts. It's about your rational mind. It's about your power. It's about the kind of action that you take. And I think you understand rationally that you need to do this. I was listening to Denise Duffield Thomas the money block lady, and I love her. She's so amazing. And she was talking about this common block that we have, where we think that we have to work really hard to earn money, because that's what we were raised to believe, that, you know, people who laid on a beach all day could not possibly earn money, because money comes from blood, sweat and tears. And I feel like at the moment you've got blood, sweat and tears going on, but you're afraid that if you let go of any of these plates that you're juggling, that your income will drop. But it won't. You just need to be very strategic about how you move forward. Are you selling your time for money, Aquarius, is what's just being asked in my head. Are you selling time for money, and is that why everything's a bit chaotic? Is it because, you know, it's just a constant flow of clients and you're scared that if you make the decision to lose some of them, that you will lose your income? And what I'm being told is that is not the case, Aquarius. What you need to do is find a new perspective, a new way of looking at things, that you could serve more people with less of this demand on your time. But at the same time, you know, it could be that you need to drop some services that aren't really worth your time and are costing you money in some respects. Wow, this is interesting. And your possible outcome there, we've got the Eight of Feathers. It's the feathers again. This is about you feeling sometimes like you're lacking choices. This card is a reminder that there are loads of opportunities around you. There are solutions. You aren't trapped. Whatever mental anguish you might be suffering, you might be feeling like you're stuck in a situation, that you have created a business that has just made you feel like it's a prison. But it's not. You have opportunities. You have choices. This is about having the courage to find the solutions. And I think you can do that. I think you can do that. And I just had my attention brought back to the turtle here. Slow and steady wins the race. Spirit has just said to me, you don't have to do all this overnight. So if you're worried about losing money, you don't have to rush into anything. You can very gradually start cutting back certain services and looking at how to bring something new in. It could be that you can create a course, a DIY course, or write a book on something, or create recordings or something like that, that would allow you to serve more people without it taking stuff away from you, without you having to run round like your butt's on fire, you know, trying to organise everything. I think you can do this. It's just about seeing a different perspective. But the energy I feel is you're quite overwhelmed there with all the things that you've got going on. Have you considered having a signature product? Instead of having a whole suite of products, could you just have a signature product that you charge more for, but you actually do less? Does that make any sense? I hope that resonates for you. Please let me know in the comments below if this is resonating, because I love your feedback. I like to know whether I'm on the right track or not. And I just feel like there's this erratic energy, but then a fear of you're going to miss out financially if you make decisions to lose some stuff. And yes, you might take a financial hit if you decide to drop a service that causes you a lot of stress but brings you a lot of money. Then obviously you might take a financial hit on that, but the benefit of you not being so depleted is that you would then be able to focus on doing some new things, changing some things up, maybe finding new solutions, because at the moment you're not going to find any solutions to anything while your mind's all over the place trying to keep yourself afloat and trying to run this kitchen here with efficiency. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So let's move into your business reading now. And again, I ended up with 2 cards. What have we got here? We've got the Two of Stones, challenge, but that is in reverse. And then we've got the Knight of Vessels, which is like the cups. It's the Knight of Cups. The Two of Stones in reverse. This is a card that is about getting out of your comfort zone, and it's about planning. And I feel like what we've got here is an issue where you know you should be doing this planning, and I felt it's kind of weird when I got to this Two of Feathers here and the money, and it's, you know, let's make a choice, let's look at deciding what to get rid of and deciding how to move forward and making a proper plan. I felt the resistance I feel like you're a bit of a fly by the seat of your pants kind of girl, which I completely understand, because I'm like that too. I think, why bother wasting time making a plan when I could just be out there doing it? And then I get out there and do it, and I'm just, it's too much. I get overwhelmed and burned out. And somebody said something the other day about how 1 hour of planning can save 10 hours of doing, because you end up doing the right things, the exact right things that you need to be doing for your business. And I feel that this card in reverse here, this Two of Stones, which is about insight and focus, being balanced, being optimistic, making the decisions and setting the boundaries, and looking at your time management, there's resistance to that. It's a blockage. You don't really want to do it. You feel like balancing your time or making these decisions could be a waste of time, or it could mean that you miss out on something. The other card that we got there was this Knight of Vessels, or the equivalent of the Knight of Cups. And this is a very, very charming knight. Somebody very connected to their feelings. Somebody, I'm being told, goes with the flow with this eel there. I feel very much like there's adventures to be had here this week. I feel like there could be something new coming in. It could be a person coming in, actually, this week, that is going to be very charming and help you along. Could be a financial advisor, could be a coach that you're drawn to that will help you along. Or it could be you. It could be you that are attracting people this week to your business, Aquarius. It's a great overall energy, but I do feel this is a warning, that the overall energy for the week is that you must not be resistant to making decisions and looking deeply into what those decisions should be, and looking deeply at what your options are. Try and ignore the fear of missing out. We get emotionally attached to things. We make creations, we make services, and we get attached to them, and then it can cause us paralysis down the line. For example, I started out knowing that my readings were very balanced towards business and finance. It was just a natural thing. I was drawn to this Spirit Song deck, and for whatever reason, whatever reading I did, it always leaned towards business and finances, and it became a pattern. And then I got this kind of fear of missing out, where I thought, but love and romance, oh, love and romance, and I would try and do love and romance readings, and the Spirit Song Tarot was like, no, we're going to talk about business, we're going to talk about partnerships. But I had this tremendous fear of missing out. And I had another channel at one point where I was willing to do general readings on just about anything, because of this fear that, I'd done some love and romance readings and they'd been exceptionally transformational for some people. I'd had such feedback on them, and I didn't want to let go of it. I wanted to carry on doing general readings for everybody, but it's not where my spirit guides want to take me. They say there's enough people doing love and romance. This is not for you. You are here to talk about business and money. You are a channel for that. And the fear of missing out was massive. The decision to then go, well, I'm going to terminate that business. I'm going to stop working on that business, doing general stuff, and actually follow the path that I'm being given and go to this niche of business. The emotional upset of that was quite strong. I'd made products and things and services, and I was really sad to say I'm not going to do them anymore. So I understand exactly where you're coming from with this, that there are things that you're going to feel tied to, but you need to let them go, because it's for your own benefit. Your finances are suffering because you are spreading yourself too thin and trying to do all the things. So I feel like it's time for you to stop, and don't be resistant. Now, why have I got two cards for the overall energy for the week? I don't know. But they were stuck together. And we have the Five of Feathers, which is about strategy and resilience. Again, more feathers. This is all about what's going on in your head. This is about a challenge. This is about dealing with challenges head on and feeling a little bit disappointed, perhaps feeling some loss, feeling like whatever decision you make, there are no winners. And it could be that you're going to let go of a service where you feel like you're letting down the people that are coming to you, and the people are going to be sad that you're ending it. You know, nobody wins, but actually you do win, because you're going to get some sort of sense of control back over what you're doing. This is about having a strategy. It's about being resilient. And I feel, actually, Spirit is saying to me the word strategy is the bit that is the most important here. You need a strategy, and you're lacking a strategy. And that's where you need to focus your energy this week, on creating the strategy that will help you with your finances and help you get your business streamlined. That's another word I just got told. Streamline it so that it's better for you. And then look at this. The second card. This message is huge for you, because it's the same card. So whatever Spirit is trying to tell you is repeated. This is the overall energy for the week. This is what you need to focus on. This is about good news and letting your heart lead the way to helping you to act on your dreams. You have to seize some opportunities. You have to follow your bliss. And I feel that you're not able to while ever you're offering these too many things. You're not really following the kind of things that you want to follow. This is also, again, about inspiration. It's about new sources of inspiration. It's about staying focused, but it's about looking for opportunities. It's about being quite creative. It's a lot about introspection as well. And thinking quite deeply about what it is you want. And again, you know, there's definitely a call here to look very hard at what you're doing and to get rid of the stuff that doesn't light you up. That's the feeling that I'm getting. It will become obvious, I think, when you start looking at your products and services, which ones light you up and which ones don't. Your strengths, playfulness and bliss. This is about you actually becoming happier from doing all this. And Spirit is saying to me that the happier you are, the more relaxed you'll be, and the more people will be attracted to you and come into your business. It's about collaborations and good times. It's possible that what you can do is collaborate with somebody else to take some of this burden away. Could be that you can ask for some help and other people will help. It could be that what you need to do is build a tribe. Go and create a community group somewhere, and people will help each other, but, you know, they'll still pay you for the privilege of meeting each other. Does that make sense? You could have a paid group for your business where, you know, everybody pays some money and gets slightly less access to you, for giving you more time, but you're actually doing just as much good. Obstacles. We've got the Knight of Acorns. This is a guy who is very action-based. He's very focused. Once he gets cracking, he's off. But in this particular position, it can be a warning about busy work, about justifying doing all this stuff and not recognising that some of it is not income producing. You have to focus more on income producing activities than any other activities. So you can convince yourself that spending a couple of hours a day on social media is working for you and it's going to bring you rewards down the road. If you look and you make your plan, you could find that some of this social media activity brings you nothing. Check your analytics on stuff and see just where your traffic is coming from, and then focus on that. Don't be doing all the things in all the places. I just got visions of every single social media and you trying to be a presence on them all, and it's not working. Well, of course it's not going to work, because you're spreading yourself too thin, and really, is any of it bringing you any income? You need to be a little bit hard on yourself. You're going to need to be a bit tough. The fact that we've got so much of this feather energy, which is sword energy, says to me that this is really about taking the emotion out of all of this. It's about thinking about it intellectually and using your rational mind, about facing the truth of what is going on, rather than being airy-fairy and thinking it's all going to work out okay and using your emotions and being emotionally attached to things. We've got a lot of shell energy, which is the cups going on here, which are about your feelings. And I think there's conflict between you, what your feelings are and what your thoughts are. I think deep down you know what's right. You're just having a pull on the old heartstrings. The outcome is the Queen of Feathers, perception and truth. This is about boundary setting, I feel. It's about focusing on the future. This is a bat, and although she can't see in the same way that other people see, she sees things from a different perspective. I think the truth will come out. I think if you actually do this work, even though you feel like it's going to be a struggle, even though you feel like you don't really want to, you've got this resistance, you've got emotional ties to certain things, you will see the benefits of it. I think you're going to face a few things and understand. But what I feel you need to do is look at your other opportunities. Look at the ways that you can attract people to your business that don't take so much out of you, that don't require so much energy and so much juggling and balancing, because burnout is what I'm being told. There's a lot of burnout going on because you're trying to do all the things. There's all this action and drive going on. You are driven and very ambitious, but to a point where you're just doing too much. And I think you're trying to achieve things really quickly, which is what this turtle spirit is all about, saying, you know, slow and steady. You don't have to do everything all at once. You don't have to be everywhere all at once. Just build it, step back a little bit, take a breath, and see just what you can do to cut your workload down, to cut the demands on your time down. Because there are ways and means of doing that. If you need any advice on that, pop a comment in the comments, and you know, we'll talk about it. I'm quite happy if you say, you know, I've got this issue. We'll talk about it and see if we can put things back on track. If you'd like a private reading with me, the details are in the description below. I'm going to leave it there for now, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoyed making it for you. I know sometimes it can be hard, but I will not sugarcoat. And these readings, I feel, some of the hardest readings, some of the hardest fact-facing, truth-facing readings can be the most transformational for you if you take them on board. Even though you might feel resistant, you might be thinking, oh, I don't want to do this, you know, shut up, Maria, I don't want to listen to this. If you take it on board and take the advice, you'll be surprised at the transformation that you will be able to achieve, because good things will happen. Good things will happen. So stay positive. I will see you again soon, Aquarius, with love and magic always. This is Maria Guines signing out. Have a great week.